Unresolved Problem segment tonight, politically incorrect speech. As Jay Leno and everybody else knows, you now have to watch what you say in America.
This is something I did not know, that you played the first gay teenager on TV in a soap opera.
I did.
Now, what soap opera?
It was One Life to Live.
One Life to Live. You have to say it like that.
Yeah,
One life to live. Say that camera was your gay lover, number 2.
Wait a second.
Wait a
second. If somebody tunes in right now,
can you give me your gayest look? Right. Say that camera.
I will not.
Say that camera is Billy Bob. Billy Bob has just ridden in shirtless from Wyoming.
Wow. That is so something I don't want to do.
All right. Now, Mr. Leno has issued an apology saying, quote, "I certainly didn't mean any malice. I agree it was a dumb thing to say, and I apologize," unquote. Joining us now with reaction, Wayne Besen, executive director of an organization called Truth Wins Out. It was obvious that Jay Leno was just poking fun. He pokes fun at everybody. What exactly did he do wrong here?
Well, we understand that comedians are always trying to take it to the edge, and we shouldn't always be too critical. But I think there's a line that was crossed here. First of all, he told him to give your gayest look. I'm also Jewish. If an actor's first role was of a Jewish person, and Jay Leno said, "Give me your best look as a Jew, look Jewish for us," I don't think anybody would be laughing. And then Jay Leno went on to say, "Oh, well, aren't your parents proud that your first big role was of a gay person?" That was incredibly insulting, as if there's something wrong with being gay. If you look at television now, you have gay joke after gay joke after gay joke. And the cumulative effect of people, especially those trying to come out in youth, can be very harmful. I've got a lot of people come to our organization, Truth Wins Out, who are trying to change their sexual orientation because they've been pressured. They're thinking of committing suicide. The effects are harmful. And I think these comedians should, it's one thing to be funny, but there's another thing to go over the line. I think we're people, not punchlines, and they have to remember this.
All right. But that's the problem. Where is the line? You heard the audience. They thought it was funny. And as you say, there are many imitators of, the lisping gay stereotype, and that always gets a cheap laugh. So where is the line? I mean, if you have gay performers, and you do have them, I mean, this show, the dressing up show comes to mind, and they behave a certain way. And then people mock the way they behave or mimic the way they behave. Is that going over the line?
I think it's going over the line when the very act of just being a gay person is something that's seen to be ridiculed and scorned. When it's just being gay is the punchline, ha ha, you're gay. Mm-hmm. I think that's where the line is crossed. And I think we've seen this time and again with comedians. Jay Leno is just the one that got called on it this time. But I think that these writers had a long time on strike. They need to get new jokes or new jobs already. Enough.
Okay, all right. Other gay people see it a little bit differently than you. They say, look, we got to have a live and let live attitude because, in our society, I get mocked all the time, and for varying reasons, people make fun of me, and some of it's malicious, some of it isn't. I didn't think Jay Leno was being malicious, did you?
I don't think he was being malicious at all, but I think that's the problem. We've been so used to hearing gay people as the butt of jokes. It's one thing to be laughing with us, and quite another to be laughing at us.
All right, but that's what we saw in the eye of the beholder, though. Jay Leno is going to say, and I believe him, he's not a malicious man, Jay Leno.
No,
he's going to say, look, I wasn't effing at gays. I was just trying to do a funny bit. Maybe he would have made a certain face that the audience would have understood. But here's the bigger issue. It looks to me in America that you can't ever make fun of any minority group, ever, in any way, anymore in this country. I think that's where we are, really. You cannot make fun. You can make fun of white Christian men. You can make fun of famous people. But if you make fun of a minority, any minority, you said it yourself, if you're a Jewish guy, if you make fun of Jewish people, black people, illegal immigrants, any minority, you poke fun at them, you are going to catch hell. That's true, is it not?
I don't think it is true. I think if you look at comedy acts, there's a lot of groups being made fun of. I think there's a big difference between making fun of something that they do that is funny and making fun of who they are as individuals. The simple act of being black is very rarely made fun of, or being Jewish is rarely made fun of. But being gay, it's perfectly acceptable.
Things like that.
It's a double standard.
No, I don't think so. Well, I mean, believe me, Mr. Besen, I do this every night. I would never, at this point, poke fun at any minority group ever, because it is not going to be taken in the same way. Someone is going to be offended, and they're going to brand you a racist or a homophobe. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it. I think that a lot of times people are branded that way because they act that way. What I will agree with is this. It's very difficult sometimes to see where that line is. It's something that's evolving. People have been used, for example, to make fun of gays for a long time. But I think it's time for them to really reevaluate what is funny, what is not. Jay Leno crossed this line. We're glad he apologized. And I think we'll be seeing more of this, but I don't think there's going to be any shortage of comedians who have a lot to say about groups and with a lot of humor.
Mr. Besen, thanks very much for coming on. We appreciate it. When we come right back,